Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Apologies for quite the long delay in posting again. Sadly, the beginning of December I did lose one of my dogs, so unfortunately wasn't really in the right space to be making or even crafting at that point. And then Christmas came along and people were asking me to do odds and bits and pieces for them, so you know, it's taken me a little while to get back into the right space. So I thought I'd come back today just with a little quick video. It's not going to be anything too involved, just to sort of ease my way back into it. And I thought I'd come with this kit. So I'm not going to show you the whole kit, I'm just going to show you the bits that I'm going to be using today. And this is the On The Move Designer Decolarge collection that I did mention I was waiting for at the end of last year. Oh, I forgot to say Happy New Year to everyone. Obviously I hope 23 is going to be a fantastic year for everyone, you know, and it's going to be a year that we can celebrate for times to come. But yeah, so I'm going to come in with this On The Move, with this one, which is a treasured classic. So you do get two of everything in this kit. So obviously we're only going to be using one of these pieces. So you've got your decoupage, you can see the two images on there. You do also get two of this base sheet. I'm not going to use it as it's intended. I never do, I have to be honest with you. I'm going to make two cards out of the one piece. Okay, so I'm going to start by bringing in this card blank that I've made, which is 6.5 inches square, and we'll bring in my trusty little trimmer, and then I'm going to bring in this base layer. And I need, so my card is 6.5, and I want to take let's see, so I want my gold layer to be 2 notches under the 6. So this layer I'm going to take down to 4 notches under the 6, and I'm going to square that off. So again, I've got a good piece there for me to use on another time. And then I'm going to bring in some gold mirri, and this I'm going to cut at 2 notches under the 6. 2 notches under the 6. I'll just check that that fits quite nicely, and I'm happy with that. And I'm leaving quite a nice size border on this one. You can go in, so with these here we've got borders and thing, and I'm going to be laying this over the top to make that a little bit more dimensional as well. So let's just move that bit of gold out of the way, and we'll start to assemble this one. So if I just burnish that card down so it sits a little flatter, and I'm going to come in with my Canal all-purpose glue. You know, no change over the new year, still my favourite glue. Oops. Well, it is when it's, I know what's happened, it's dried a little bit, bear with me 2 seconds. There we go. Yeah, it's still my favourite glue. It's not great on non-porous substances like the gold mirri, so just be aware that it may take the shine off if you manage to get any glue on that mirri. Hopefully we're going to be super careful and try not to do that today. And I always sort of try and glue a little way in from the sides, so we'll check we've got our card the right way up, and pop that one on. So because I'm getting the 2 cards out of the one base layer, that's why I've got quite this wider margin on this outside there. So if you could put another coloured layer underneath, the maps little book, that would be great. or there are some of the Adorable Scoreable printed card packs. They've got maps on as well. That would be perfect for that, but I'm not going to worry about that. I quite like that. Sometimes it's quite nice to have a bit of white space on there. So I'm just going to pop this border out, pop that off, just get that bit off there. And if I bring in some scissors, just cut that there. Again, you've got a nice chunk of printed card there, so we'll save that for another day. And then what I'm going to do is just let's see, might have been an idea just to pop that on before we did that. Let's see if we can amend that. So I'm just going to grab a foam pad first of all, because I want that a little bit dimensional. Just want the Hunkydory strips ones, which I know I have got. It's just going to be a case of finding it. So there we go. I think we'll go with that chunkier one. Just going to lay that all the way along. I'm pretty sure this will still come off, because you do get that wiggle time. Just watch these, if you ever have to take it off, just watch these strings, because these strings are the bits that will go on your mirror card and then take that shine off. Trust me, I'm talking from experience on that one. Okay. So over the Christmas break, I really haven't done, since before Christmas, I haven't done any proper card crafting at all. So this, obviously this shows. You can just rub that glue off there. And I'm just going to take that, just put my scissors underneath, even that out. And again on there. Oops. Just got a tiny bit of foam pad showing through there, so just snip that, that's fine. Just get that bit there. Oops. Again, we can come back in with this glue. This on where we had it before, and I'm happy with that now. There we go, got a bit of dimension, so that's perfect. I'm just going to grab a little bit of tissue because I've got a bit of ooze in there. Just going to make sure I brush that away from my mirror. There we go. Okay, yeah, back on track. Okay, so straighten my mat up. Going to pop that back in the center. Let's just move a little bit, and that's something, you know, if you're using the Clout all-purpose glue, or even you know, any other sort of alcohol glue, just be aware sometimes just the slightest touch can knock your layer out from where you had it, so just keep an eye on it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so we're going to pop this car out, the topper, and I'm not going to be using all of these corners. I just want to use one in that top corner, and I'm going to be using one in this bottom corner. Now you've got a big topper here that's not topper, a sentiment here that says you're not old, you're a treasured classic. I don't think I'm going to be using that. I may use it, but there are smaller toppers on the decoupage layers, so I think I'm more likely going to be using those. So bringing in my tacky glue, just for no reason, decides it's there, it's to be used. So just going to put some on this corner, and I'm going to put that down nice and flat. It's just there for a bit of detail, and if you wanted to, you could put all of them on here, just I'm not going to do that today. That's there. Okay, and then we need to put some foam pads on this layer here. Just going to pop, just popping up a little bit there, just that to stay down. Just put on a little bit of tissue. Just got that tacky glue that's gone on that mirror. It's just going to be easier. If I stop touching it with my hands, that would help. There we go. Okay, so let's have a look at the pads. So obviously it's going to come up over there, so we've already got it raised along this edge here, so I need to raise it here and here, so I just need to be a little bit careful where I put those foam pads. Okay, so let's just make sure I've got that the right way up. So we want 1 or 2 over there. That might be a little bit too high. And this is why I should be crafting more. Let's try and put that there. I think that should be fine. Yeah. And we'll put some that bit. Just want that over. I'm not going really heavy with the pads on this one because obviously we are going to raise that up again in a minute anyway with the decoupage. Oops, it's got one on there. And I am going to be using the pads for decoupage today. If you want to, you can use things like your chunky glue, your sort of all-purpose. But I'm going to be using the pads just for speed. Okay, so these are the layers. So you do get 2 sheets of these, sorry. So this is just the decoupage for one of these toppers. So because I'm going to be using some on the other page, I'm going to be using it on here. I'm going to be keeping some of the decoupage back because it will fit on top of this car. So I'm just going to ease that out carefully. So we've got layer number 1, and then layer number 2. We've lost the house and the house and the tree. Then layer number 3, I think I can use on this one. And I'll cut those plants off and I can always stick that back on there. And then it's just going to be a case of going every other layer now. So just popping them out as carefully as I can. And you do have to be a little bit careful. The pips are quite tight on these. And you get such a massive amount of decoupage on here. It's, yeah, it's such a lot. And we've got some flowers. We'll decide where that goes later. We've got this piece, which I think is the roof. We've got some headlights and some greenery, and we've got a bumper. We have got another piece of the roof of the house. We've got the umbrella and some more bushes and trees here. 1, 2, and then we've got enjoy the journey as a topper and thinking of you. And then that's our sheet emptied. Okay, so let me just grab, I'm going with the Hunkydory foam pads. I'm going to go with these ones that look like they're about 1mm, because obviously it's such a lot of layers. If I do it with too chunky a pad, it's going to be absolutely massive, and it may even fall forward when, you know, somebody puts it on their mantelpiece. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to keep it nice and thin. Okay, so if I pop those bits to one side for our next card, we're keeping those back, so I don't know which card those will go on yet. I'll decide at the end of the video. And then we've got these little pieces here. Okay, so this is the biggest piece with the house and the both the house and the pub on. I'm assuming that's a pub. So I'm just going to go ahead, pop some of these super thin tabs on. Going round. Just don't know if any of you have made any New Year's resolutions. I sort of, it's not something I'm really into, if I'm honest with you, but I would like to definitely scrapbook more this year, and buy less and make more would be a great one. Not working out so well at the moment. Crafter's Companion have got a sale on, and I don't know if any of you guys have been watching it. I know a lot of people that have subscribed to me also watch the Crafters TV, but they keep having these like flash sales for 10 minutes, and it's honestly, it's a killer, because it's always really good stuff. Like yesterday was the Alice in Wonderland box. I mean, that's usually like £50, and it was like 20. I mean, how can you not? I mean, I sort of, with the boxes, I love them, don't get me wrong, and I've got loads of them. I've never done a video with them yet, but I sort of leave them until they go down in price usually, just because you know, they're quite a considered cost. Apart from, I say that, but then you get a set of dies and they're 100 quid, and I'm like, yeah, that's a bargain. But yeah, we tend to sort of wait until they go down a bit. But £20 for that kit, and it's a lovely kit as well. I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of the presentations before Christmas, but it's a lovely kit. I mean, I've got the Nutcracker. I've had that one for quite some time. Not had a play with that one yet. Well, I say that, I've had bits out of it. I've robbed bits out of it. But I've not actually sat down and done anything with it. It's something I need to do. And I've got the Easter one. Haven't got Swan Lake yet. There's another one of, I didn't get the Halloween box, but I did manage to get some of the separate kits. I hope they do a Halloween box. Wonder if they'll do a Valentine's box. That would be nice. You know, like a Sarah special, Sarah signature one. What would you like to see? Is there anything you particularly like to see in any of the boxes? I mean, you get such a lot of stuff in them. They are really good. I think they're really good value for money, don't get me wrong. If you've got £50 to spend on them, you know, buy them when you can, because they do sell out, like the Halloween one. And once they're gone, they're gone. So if you can spend the money on them, I say do it. It's definitely good value. It's just and you can get them even cheaper, they're even better, to be honest. But there you go. Right, so we're layer number 2, and just going to keep on going with all of these little pads. Like I say, They are super thin, 1mm. I'm not putting too many on this time. Sometimes I do go crazy with the foam pads. I'm just trying to just put a few. Will I be able to get away with that? I might not be able to. Let me just cut one of these in half. Have to sort of try and keep it supported, but not have anything showing through. So these backs are coming off nice and easy, to be fair, so it's not as time consuming as it could be. And as always, I just put a little bit of tacky glue on there just to give me a little bit of wiggle time, and also, yeah, it's just a bit of extra stick on there, so it's all good. I'm just popping it over the last layer, just trying to keep it nice and straight. Okay, nearly there with this. So this is just the front bit of the car, I think. It's fine. And this on the move kit, I haven't shown you it all today because I was just trying to make it a little bit of a quicker video. I might even just make this one card because I know that's been about 30 minutes already. And then but there are a load of different travel themed. I mean, there's trams, there are hot air balloons, tractors, really unusual things that you don't see very often. It's a gorgeous kit. I did get the big kit with the book as well, and the inserts, just because I mean, even for me as a girl, I mean, I think, you know, I love trams and I love those sort of retro, old-fashioned, sort of, not old-fashioned, but, you know, vintage, I suppose is the word I'm supposed to be using, vintage vehicles and that. I just find them really interesting. So, you know, I think they can be male or female, for anyone who's interested in, you know, trains, planes, trams, vintage, anything like that. Okay, now with the bumper, just be aware it's got the grey shading on the bottom, so I'm just going to match that up along there. Oops. Okay, and then we've got the roof of this house, if I can pick it up. There we go. Just pop that one in. And I love the way it fits that contour beautifully. Okay. Get away with one on there. Okay. That onto there, and then we've got a little bush there, so we can pop that onto there. Let's see, how is that supposed to go? Is that supposed to go like so? Yeah, I think so. slip that under there. It's now coming over, and then we've got this little plant which is going to come from this side here. Just going to put one little pad on there. Right way around. That's going to go onto there. With my bump outs trying to disappear. Okay, let's have a look. So these bits I am going to put on this layer because they are shaped, so they're not going to be any good on the other layer. So it's going to be that one, and then that one. So if I just pop a couple of pieces on there, a couple of pieces on there, and a couple of pieces on there. Just peel these backs off. And again, this one, taking those backs off. A little bit of PVA tacky glue, and that's the Crafter's Companion tacky glue that I'm using there. Just popping that on there. Again, it's fitting that curve beautifully. And then the last bit there, which is going to be this bit here. Okay, so that's where we're up to. So I think, let's have a look. So I think I'm going to go with a smaller one down here, but I'm going to go with a Crafter's Companion pad just because they're really nice. Nice chunky one. Still the deepest pad, thickest pad. I think it must be about 3mm. Gonna pop that in the corner, and that's just saying enjoy the journey. Okay, and then just to finish, I'm gonna grab some gems. I think I kind of need some brown or clear. Let's see. I'm going to go with clear. And if I turn this round, I'm just going to pop 3, 1, 2, 3. And if I grab my pokey tool, which I've tidied away, I'm just going to pop a medium size one, a small one, and then another medium sized one, and these will have come out of one of the Crafter's Companion kits, purely because I've got a load of loose ones and I just try and get rid of the sticky ones so that they're not hanging around. Okay, so let me just get those lined up nice and straight. Just checking there's a little bit of something on that corner, so just give that a look. Should come off. Yep. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to leave it there just because it's been nearly a 30-minute video and I wasn't planning for it to be quite so long. So that's the first one. I will try and do a little quick video with those other bits left over. The next video I'm going to do is going to be a Hunkydory one again. And before Christmas I did get some of the sort of mixed topper and card set, and I did get a couple of sets of them, so I'm going to be doing a giveaway, I think, just to start the new year off and thank everybody that has been watching, subscribed, because I notice even though I've not been making videos, people subscribing has still gone up. So and that's amazing. It's more than, you know, I didn't expect it. I thought if anything they would drop, so I was actually quite shocked to see that they were still going up. So you know, big huge thank you for that support. Like I said before, you know, you've no idea how much it really does mean to get that support from you guys. You know, this has been quite a simple basic just card today, just to get back into it. We'll do Hunkydory next time. Like I say, we'll do a giveaway, so do keep your eyes open for that. Hopefully it should just be on Monday that I'll do that. Trying to get back into my regular posting days again. Yeah, so that's it. So you know, all I can say is I hope that you all had amazing Christmas and had loads of nice crafty things to play with, and here's hoping, you know, 2023 is going to be a fantastic year for all of us. But until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.